Yo, what's going on? This is your boy Montego Ramon, man, coming at you with the Risers X channel where we rise to the occasion, man. We have another video here today, man. And I think what we're about to do today is we're gonna go through one of these charts, man. Let's check out Bitcoin, bruh. I want to see some buy-in prices on Bitcoin. Check out Bitcoin. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, this thing been selling off. This is a really simple chart right here to read, honestly. Look at the levels where we've been bouncing from and rejecting from. Alright, so like if you just look like right here, let's see. So I just want to see from this high, if I had to mark out the pivots from here. So we came from this high of about, let's say 126 was the high on this candle. Yeah, like 126 was the high on this candle, 126,000. Am I right? Yeah, we'll say 126,630, 126,315 was the high, was his last high. Right here. The high was actually 127,240. Okay, cool. And then what we're gonna do is do a little drawing. Bro, come on, man. Alright. So from this high, alright, so we were kinda in this area. We made this high after got a gap up, pull back, making a higher high, bouncing off these levels of resistance that are now support here, bounced up to a high. We pulled back even deeper to these areas before creating continuing or shifting structure, because really what happened was we made a high, we made a lower. This would be a lower low because it's lower than this low. So but it's really still maintaining this structure over here. So just for this more recent trend, this kind of was a lower low basically. And then you came and made a lower high. Then right here we made a lower high. A higher low, sorry. And then we went and made a higher high, touching an all-time high of 127,240. Then from there, immediately broke structure, making a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is pretty much a lower high, then a lower low was made. Boom, we met a lower high, and then we made a lower low here. And so if we made a lower low, we can expect probably a lower high and then a lower low to be made. And then what is our next level of resistance, which is pretty much around this area. I'll clone this. This is a major area, because here is resistance that we broke through on. Here it is support, so we got room to drop. This is on the daily. I just kind of wanted to see. So what's that area looking like? I want to set an alert there. I want to set an alert around here. I want to see it break under this level. So add an alert, and then I'll add an alert here. So I think we're guaranteed to touch this level. Okay, cool. So that was simple on finding a good buy-in and tracking structure on Bitcoin, as it's been trending down since those highs. It touched this high in October 25, and it's been trending down all year. Its major lows of 60. Its last major low was somewhere around here, around under 60,000. High 50,000s. Okay, cool. I ain't worried about Ethereum or nothing. I'm not worried about silver. YM. I haven't checked YM out in a minute. YM is pretty much going to look similar to NQ and ES. For the most part, just in this past week. Let's just see what happened in this past week. So I know this was the gap up. Everybody gapped up that Sunday open. They gapped up, making a high, a higher high, higher low, higher high. Simple, right? Broke structure. So this is what you should be looking for in here. So we have made this. This is still, it broke past this high, right? But regardless, it came down, and then started to shift structure a little bit, making this is a higher low, right? Because this is a low, right? It made this lower low, then it made this higher low, then it made a lower high, then it made basically a higher high because this high is higher than this previous high, and then it made a higher low, and then it made a higher high, and it broke over these major structural pieces, but it rejected from this level of resistance, and then it sold off down into this level, making a lower low, still really holding that overall downtrend structure. And then this is huge right here, breaking up and breaking past this structural point, and then making this higher low as we dipped into the gap that was created last week. And then we went on to make a higher high. This higher high was sitting at I think 52.99 roughly, whatever. And then there was a slight double top created on the lower time frame, but pretty much we sold off from there, right? Sold off, making a even low. It's really a lower low, but basically an even low. I think it's slightly lower. It's an even low to lower low with this, and then we got to pull back into here, right? So unless I can really show that, yeah, this is basically a lower low. Since this is a lower low, this is absolutely a lower high. And so we want to see this is like almost a perfect entry. So you have some room to fill this gap. This is like a perfect entry for a lower high to be created, right? And so probably what we want to see is, I want to see something break above here. I want to see breaking above here, and I want to see something that breaks below here. I want to see the body. Add an alert, and I'll add one here as well. So we could be seeing something like this happen. We get this rejection here. We go ahead and fill the rest of this fair value gap. We immediately reject out of there, and then we might get we could get a pull into this level where it rejected, a pull back, and then a continuation down, potentially something like that. We could get a complete dump, continuing this same thing situation, or it could be something, a fall in situations like this. Down to them lower lows. Let me see what happened previously. Because at the makings, overall, we're still in a downtrend. Yeah, we could get an even high made type situation, or we could pull down here. It price comes back up to here, or it could come way up here before it starts to shift structure. You know what I mean? So we just kind of want to keep an eye on that. I got my alert set. And that's the most important thing, because we don't want to, those are our area of interest. What we don't want to trade is, what is the area? Can we identify the area we don't want to trade? really don't want to trade nothing in these levels. Let me see. I wouldn't want to trade anything. Really, I think the most ideal trades would be outside of these levels. That would be the most ideal. So like probably something in there, something in here, probably the next area I wouldn't want to trade. I want to trade anything that's in there. I would want something outside of here and outside of there. Yeah, those would be probably the most ideal trades. If we get something up here, we want to look in the sell. And then if we get a move down here, we may get a break low or even break. So here and then continue up. I could draw that real quick. Man, I've been running out very little sleep today. So let's say we get down here. All right. Let's say we break that, and then now we start getting some structure created, and then we finally break past this high. You know what I mean? Dipping back into like, let's say this level or something, and then selling off. Where on my side, it's now a level of resistance up here, right? And so that would fit with this theory of this becoming the overall movement for price in the coming weeks. This is going to draw some liquidity and sell off. It's going to create a lot of liquidity in the market. This would be the perfect move to just fuck up retail investors. You know what I mean? And even if sweep would probably be a good move. And then it could be we might get a massive move up that moves very quickly instead of just a slow trend being created. It just depends. I'm really curious to see how the rest of the market is going to play out when it comes to, the Fed rate. Going into this sell-off season in August. This is the first day of August, actually. Second day now, because this is past midnight for me. So that's what we're kind of seeing there. Let's see ES. Really what I want to do is practice my strategy, but I'm a little tired today, so we might go through it tomorrow maybe. For the most part, we're doing that here. And so here, what we've done is we have room to pull back into this fair value gap because we had a whole shift of structure right here. If I had to just draw this out, we were making lower highs. There's a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then we went and shot up right here. Boom, breaking above this level, right? And then it seems like we're trying to make a lower high here to continue up, right? Break over that, maybe bounce, right? It's kind of like what we might be doing. It could be a fake, and then we just start. I don't know, man. This is a clean shit to structure, man. You had this fair value gap right here, so we just gonna, like I said, we're gonna set these alerts, and we're gonna see how this thing plays out, right? So where would alerts go? Alerts, I'm gonna put alerts at. Okay, we got those. Why am I on the S&P and not QQQ? Delete. Okay, so what we want to see is a break past. I want to see a break below here. Add an alert, and then I'm gonna add one. Let me get this out of the way. I really want to add one above this level. So I'll put one. Once he breaks, once the body break past this level. All right, cool. That's the S&P. And we're gonna cut this video short right now. So I just came through here. We went and tracked price on the higher time frame. We talked about the potential movements it might make. right? So let's talk about right here real quick. I'll just do a recap over this. So we came from making these lower highs and these lower lows and lower highs, right? In downtrending structure, lower high, lower low. We had a shifter structure here, breaking past this previous high, making a new higher high, and then we made a higher low, it seems like, which has the potential to potentially even pull down here before possible rejection and cool, and it continues on. Or it could just take off from here. Who knows? You know what I mean? These are the options we have been dealt. And it's your boy Montego Ramon. And y'all, I am so tired, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting some rest today. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, man, it's your boy Montego Ramon. Rise as we rise to the occasion. Hey, man, y'all stay easy. Happy trading. I got another video coming for y'all tomorrow. We'll do some back testing during that time. Right now, I just kind of went through and touched on just where the market is at, how it's moving, what we can possibly expect to happen next, right? And then we set alerts around that because we don't want to have to sit in the charts, but we don't want to miss the move, right? All right, peace out.